Never heard anything about the Godzilla statue. I went back and forth with the I guess the store or the company, whatever you want to call them, and it wasn't very pretty. But basically, my choice is either wait or get $1,500 back because there's a $390 uh some sort of it's in the email. So ever since that last email, I haven't responded to them. So fucking livid. At this point, it's so annoying that at this point, even when I do get it, I don't even know if I'm going to be as excited as I should be because I've been waiting so long at this point, and their service is leaving such a bad taste in my mouth that I've lost all excitement for even having the fucking thing. So, I just feel like it's poor service, and considering that I work in the field of servicing people, whether it be my retail experience when I was a assistant manager or being an IT rep that helped people every day, it double irks me when people don't even have the decency to keep in contact. Because if I don't email these guys, they don't contact me. I have to chase them down. And I told them that. I'm like, I told them, I was like, you guys realize I spent this money 4 years ago. Like, I started my pre-order in 2020. My last payment was August of 2021. I was supposed to get the figure in late 2021, early 2022. And the first time I ever reached out to them was after I was done with my payments. And I told them, I just want to confirm my payments are done. This figure. At first, it was fine. They had told me that because of COVID and the shipping delays, which was accurate. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. It's no big deal. And I was patient all the way through 2022, all the way to 2023. And then once we got to like the end of 2023, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, hey, what's going on? I mean, we're rolling into 2024. And I told him, I was like, if I don't contact you guys don't reach out to me. And I told him, I was like, I feel like you guys just stole my money. I try to be understanding, if they don't have it, which they don't, because I'm sure if they did, they'd send it to me just to shut me up. I get it. They probably feel like, damn, this guy wants a statue and we don't have it. Well, this is where you have to go out of your way and try to satisfy the customer. So, and people just don't do that anymore. Those days are over, So it's probably the last time I ever do a pre-order for something. It's just not worth the hassle. Yeah. And I also ordered from a smaller business. I didn't order from a big retail outlet like Big Bad Toy. I should have. But what happened was I ordered from these guys because my prior orders from them were perfect. Everything was good, pre-orders included. So I wanted to give them my business because I know that they were small. And the prices I had gotten the prior figures were better than the larger retailers like Big Bad Toy Store. So I wanted to continue using them. But yeah, they shit the bed on this one. And I know they'll throw up their hands and say, hey, but we haven't gotten it yet. Well, you need to harass the distributor and get that shit over here. You don't just say, all right, well, it gets here when it gets here. No, you got to, the way I harass them, they need to be harassing the distributor. That's called serving your customers. You make enough noise, the distributor might say, you know what, this guy's calling me. I know we're supposed to ship this here. Let's send this one to them so this guy can get off my back. That's how you got to do it. The squeakiest wheel gets the most oil. And again, I'm trying to be fair. I understand it was a pandemic order. So, but yeah, like Catzilla said, I've seen other people have gotten theirs. So, I ordered it from what do they call Kaiju Live? I'll show you right now. Yeah, these guys right here. So I don't even know when they're like. They don't do many videos. Like this one was their most recent video was 4 months ago. And this is their website. So yeah. And like I said, before the statue, I ordered from them several times. And they're a small business. They're not, like I said, they're not like Big Bad Toy Store. And I'm a big supporter in small businesses. And because their track record prior to the statue was so good, I said, okay. And that, like I said, that includes pre-orders. I got my Ultimate Godzilla. I got my, what else did I get from back there? I think one of my son, one of his figures I got from them. I did a giveaway one night, which Omniblast won. I ordered the figure from there, I think, for her, and she got hers. That was like 2 years ago. So, like I said, I wouldn't have ordered the statue from them if I was their first time buying from them. So, I gave them an opportunity as a small business, and obviously it's going to be the last time I order from them. Yeah, it's like an insurance for them because they know that nobody's going to let $400, go down the tubes, which is true. I'm not. And I told him, I was like, why don't you just cancel the fucking order? So, and if he's a good retailer, he would take the hit and give me my money back. That's how it's supposed to be. But like I said, retailers, customer service does not exist anymore. Businesses are not out for the customer to service the customer. They just want your money. The idea of pleasing the customer and doing right by them, those days are long gone. They're long gone. Because that would have been the right thing to do. The right thing to do would have been for him to call the distributor, cancel the order, take the hit, and refund me my money. There's no excuse that somebody has to wait 2 years for fucking, especially when you spend that much money. There's no way. I personally, being in retail myself, I personally would not feel comfortable having somebody's money, that much money, and not giving them the product. That would make me uneasy. So the fact that these guys can just do it so comfortably without ever keeping in contact with me, without ever letting me know, hey, just so you know, your order's been delayed for this reason. Had they done that the last couple of years, had they emailed me at least once a month, once every other month, just to keep me posted and keep me updated, they probably would never get a complaint from me. Because at least I know that they're reaching out and they're showing that they're making an effort. But the fact that I had to chase them to get information makes it uneasy. Right now, let's just say it like this. Right now, as it stands, and you know what? I'll show it on screen because maybe I'll cut this and put it up on the channel. As it stands, these guys right now, where are they? This company that sells figures and stuff, as it stands right now, have stolen $2,000 from me. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Until they make the effort to call, because here's the other thing they told me. When I spoke to them in early February, the guy said, we're going to get in contact with the distributor and get back to you. I emailed them 3 weeks later. So you mean to tell me it takes 3 weeks to get in contact with a distributor? You telling me you pick up the phone at what? 3 weeks. In this modern day of technology, there's no fucking way it takes 3 weeks to contact anyone, let alone another business. So they never reached out to the distributor. They're just fluffing me. Why should they have to be worried or have a sense of urgency? They have the money already. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to just poor customer service. You don't contact your clients to let them know about the delays. I had to chase them. They're trying to charge me $400 for a refund instead of them looking out for the customer and taking the hit and returning my money in full. And then on top of that, They already have my money. Fuck me, right? Like, I'm going to contact everyone that I possibly can. I'm going to make as much trouble for them as possible, because you don't treat people like that. You don't charge people $2,000 for something, and then 2 years later, not only do you not contact them during the time that they're waiting, it's well past the time that they were supposed to get it, because it was supposed to be December into January 2021, 2022. We're already going into March of 2024. And the only time I ever heard from these guys is if I emailed them. If I didn't email them, I would never hear from them. And as it stands now, if they want to give me if I want a refund, they charging me $400. The right way to do it is, you know what? We said it would be, because they also told me that I'd get it in January, and I didn't. So twice, I was supposed to either get it the end of 2021, and then I was told I was supposed to get it by the end of January. Twice you failed on your promise. You've been given more than enough leeway to provide the product, and now you have the nerve to charge me $400 for wanting a refund? The right thing to do, and take this as a learning lesson, guys. The right thing to do in a situation like that, if you own a business, take care of your client. Because you never know. Yeah, there's times that a lot of people will just kind of write it off and they'll deal with it. The last thing you want is to run into that one customer who won't. And I am the type of person that does not deal with this shit. So, they're on the clock. But at least we can start off by making everyone aware that if you ever want to order a figure, be it your first, I know experienced figure hunters will not do this, but if you ever want to order a figure, if you're a first time, do not order from these guys. Don't do it. Their customer service is shit. I already know what they're thinking every time I email them. They're probably like, damn, we don't have it. What can we do? Get the fuck on the phone every fucking day. You call your fucking distributor and you say, hey, look, I got a guy here who spent $2,000. He's been waiting patiently for like 3 years for this thing. Can we get one? Can you just give me one so I can take care of this guy? But no. And then if they can't get it, instead of saying, you know what? I don't want to do this to this guy. It's not right. Morally, it's not right, because essentially we're stealing his money. Cancel the order. All right. Charge me whatever you want for the order. If it's 3 something, whatever. And then they take the hit and then they take care of me. That's how it's supposed to be. Again, nobody does that anymore. And it is a little surprising, because you would think if it's a small business, which it is, that they would want to make sure they take care of their customers, because let's face it, their competition is stiff. They piss off one person like myself. I'm not saying that I can put them under. Probably won't do that. But if I could send some negativity their way, I will positively say that, yes, I'll do that. At this point, that's the least I can do for myself, is to let everybody know, do not order from these people. Their customer service is shit on a stick. They don't really care. And essentially right now, they've stolen $2,000. That's pretty much how it is. And there's nothing anyone can say or do to say that that's not the case. Even they couldn't. So, yeah, I agreed to a pre-order that was stated that I was supposed to get this item by the end of 2021, latest early 2022. We're now into the first quarter, the ending of the first quarter of 2024. And I have not gotten so much as email responses, not courtesy emails from them, not them taking the initiative to reach out. They only ever contacted me when I reached out to them. It is the worst customer service I've ever experienced, honestly, when you consider the amount of money I spent. And then on top of that, they try to charge me $400 to get my money back. When I have more, and I know how these things work. There's restocking fees, and then the fee he was talking about, I get it. That's understandable. That's why I normally wouldn't ask for a refund, but this is not normal. this is not normal to pay for something in 2021 and now we're in 2024 and you still don't have it. And the fact that they don't even seem to fathom that, they don't even seem to understand the weight of someone spending $2,000 in 2021, and here we are in 2024 and you still haven't gotten the product. So a little warning to people out there. If you're going to buy a figure, I highly, highly do not recommend Kaiju Live. They were good in the beginning. They're a small business. I ordered from them in the beginning. It was a good experience, which is why I decided to order the Prime 1 Studio Godzilla statue from them, which was, I think, $19.90 at retail when I bought it. And I did the pre-order in 2021. I finished paying it off in August of 2022. And I was supposed to get it by the end of 2022, latest early 2023. I never did. And at first, I was pretty patient and understanding. There were shipping delays because of COVID. But here we are now, coming to the end of the first quarter of 2024, and I still don't have it. And then on top of that, they seem to not have a way to, I guess they contact their distributor via carrier pigeon, because they were fucking supposed to contact the distributor the first week of February. And when I spoke to them again at the end of the month in February, by the way, me reaching out to them not reaching out to me, they said they still hadn't heard from their distributor in 3 weeks. So there's a very good chance here that the distributor may have shafted them. And now I'm getting the double shaft. So, yeah, don't buy from these guys. And if they happen to watch this video, this is only the beginning. Either give me my full refund or get on the horn with that distributor 4 or 5 times a day and get me my fucking figure. Because I will escalate this. This is just the beginning. I start here. You get an opportunity to make it right. And if you make it right,
awesome
I'll sing your praises. I'll never order from you again, but I'll sing your praises. But if I don't, we got to take it another step.
Is this
it's not
puzzle of one of the 1954 posters?
Look at that. It's nice to see that they got their shit. One of them probably has my statue in his home right now. Like, yeah, this shit is nice. That's funny. This is the first time I'm seeing these guys are not young. I'm 46. They're older than me. You would think by now you'd know how to run a business. You don't shit on the customer. Unfucking real. Unfucking real. That's the thing. That's one of the first things I learned when I worked in retail is you just never know what kind of customer you're dealing with. And I've learned that the hard way. That's why every time I deal with a client at work, I give them actually, not to brag, but I had the best. I did my yearly review back in January, and I had the best client reviews for 2023 in the whole company. For IT, I had the best client reviews. I got an extra 2% on my raise versus everyone else because of that. So trust me, I know about making sure you take care of customers. I learned the hard way when I was very young and I was an assistant manager at a Walmart. And ever since that experience, I knew, take care of your customers, because you never know when you get that one customer. We call them the complainer, or modern day would call them a Karen. But you know what? As funny as it is to mock a Karen or whatever, they get the ball moving. One way or another, they're going to make sure they get treated correctly. And that's why you never treat customers like this. And that's why I said earlier, like I said, I can't fathom taking $2,000 from somebody and feeling comfortable about going 3 years without reaching out to them. I would not feel comfortable with that, because in the back of my head would constantly be, damn, what if they sue? What if this? What if that? I couldn't. But these guys are fine with it. They're like, yeah, we're good. Okay. I'll be that customer then. You know? And if anything happens down the line, because like I said, when the time comes, it's either I get my figure or I get my money. But when the time comes where I have a little bit more time to deal with this, yeah, I am that person that's going to take it a whole nother level. You know, like my goal will be to try and bury them. I know that sounds terrible, but you don't just take $2,000 from somebody and then fucking walk away. Not only does it make me feel like I've been robbed, but now you're making me feel like I'm a fucking idiot. You know, I was trying to be, and because I've dealt with shitty customers, that's why I was being patient. That's why I was trying to be understanding. I've been in that position before where you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. You had somebody order an item, it hasn't come. You want, you know, but that is when you put your foot on the gas and say, okay, you know what? Let me either get this item or give this person back their money. And if that means I got to lose money in the process, that's what it takes. That's how it is. And it sucks. Nobody wants to lose money. But what's better? This is why a lot of people are short-sighted. What's better? Maintaining the integrity of your business going forward? Or making that extra $400 now because you don't want to lose it? So what is it worth to you, that $400? Is it worth getting a bad rap? People don't, and it surprises me because these guys look older than I do. Now, granted, I've had a business before, you know, and like I said, I worked in retail, so I know this stuff. That's why, again, it surprises me. And it bothers me because I like supporting small businesses, but not like this. Not if you're not going to fucking take care of me. If you're not going to take care of me, then fuck that. I understand the feeling. Sometimes it's hard to go all out for a customer, especially if they're being a pain in the ass. I get it. And it does sour you towards customers, but that's why the retail business is tough. You know what I mean? It's not a forgiving business, but if you're going to be in that business, you have to suck it up. And you got to take care of the people who are spending money, because, you know, you got to put yourself in their shoes. And that is probably the number one thing I will tell people when you work in retail or you work in servicing other people. You always have to put yourself in their shoes. That's the only way you're going to get through that grudge of having to deal with them. Because I'm sure if these guys were in my position, they wouldn't tolerate this shit. I guarantee you they wouldn't. There's no way. Nobody in my position would tolerate that. I'm not tolerating it, of course, but no one should. But unfortunately, a lot of people who work in retail these days they're short-sighted. They don't do that. You know, they're just thinking about getting to the customer. They got their money. Okay, we're good. Am I legally entitled to a refund? Well, I didn't sign anything, if that's what you're asking. But even if there's some sort of legal threshold there, I mean, is that really where it has to go? I mean, yeah, I'm sure if we want to get technical, maybe if we went to court, yeah, maybe they do win on a technicality. But do they want to go through all that? Is it going to be worth it to them? Yeah, I think my argument of not getting the product in the last 3.5 years, 4 years, would probably supersede that, would probably warrant a refund. It's one thing if I'm asking for a refund right around the time it comes out. It's another thing when I'm asking for it 3 years later, showing that I've been patient. And like I said, I'm aware that a lot of these pre-orders run like that. You know, it's not my first pre-order. And I accept those terms, given that I get my product on time. You know, that's the key. I think that term stands if you get the product on time. And in my opinion, if the retailer cannot provide the product on time, then you should be issued a full a full refund. That's how the business should run.